Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Charay, even if some shoes are cute, but too small, won't they hurt?
Naturally.
Yes. And more is not always better. Do you agree?
Not always, no.
Yes, yes. The point here is HUD operates more programs in the rural areas than the housing program that operates in Mr. Hernandez's department.
Yeah. I
When
was
you
limiting my remarks there to the 502 guaranteed program.
okay, same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, 502, 504, 514, 516 programs. They have a potpourri of programs, and so I mean, I think the Housing Act was passed in '37. HUD was created in 1965. Lyndon Johnson's Great Society. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Do you agree then that HUD almost automatically leans urban?
No, I don't. I think that HUD would disagree with that assertion also. But they see themselves as serving the entire country. So that is a distinction, I think, between Rural Housing Service and HUD, is that Rural Housing Service is limited to quote-unquote rural areas. In fact, much of the nation is eligible
I would disagree
for
with the
rural housing.
Secretary, or you, for that matter, that HUD does not lean urban. I mean, I can give you some examples. A quick one would be...
I'm not sure what lean urban means, actually.
Lean means that...
What we base it on is where they are, and actually the work that they do and the products they offer are all across the country, and they are not as concentrated in rural areas, but they actually serve more borrowers in the single-family guarantee space than does RHS.
HUD has limited experience in administering programs that are designed exclusively for rural areas.
No, that's not correct. HUD actually does have programs that are designed for rural areas.
Yeah, I didn't say that. I said they have limited experience.
Okay.
If I didn't say limited experience, I apologize, but I meant limited experience. Do you agree with that?
That's not the largest part of their portfolio are programs targeted to rural areas, but they do have some programs that are targeted to rural areas.
But limited experience in working in the 502 program.
But they don't work in the 502 program at all.
So they have no experience.
Well, I'm not sure what you're asking about operating in a 502 program. They do operate a single-family loan guarantee program, which is very similar to the 502 guaranteed loan program.
Yeah, look, one of the things that makes Washington operate with an odor is that, some people automatically on one side, that we're supposed to say everything that HUD is doing is great, and the other side is saying HUD is not supposed to be great, and I think that's why we don't make the kind of progress. I think that the chairman is right, and I think we need to look at these programs. Yeah. But what I would also like to make sure we understand and acknowledge, and that is that what HUD does is dramatically different than what is done in rural areas. And it was intended to be that way. I mean, as Mr. Hernandez said, the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, and they lean urban. HUD leans urban. And we have to give, or why would we put why do we say urban America? CDBG grants, for example. In our state, the people who get the annual allocation, Kansas City, the largest city, St. Louis, the second largest city, Springfield, the third largest city, Independence, the fourth largest city. If you live in a rural America, the money goes to the state. You have to compete with other small communities to get CDBG dollars or 108 loan monies. So we lean urban with HUD, don't you?
I just don't agree with the concept of leaning urban, and I don't think that HUD would agree with that. But clearly, HUD does operate in the same markets that USDA operates in terms of single-family loan guarantees.
If a HUD secretary doesn't believe that he or she should go. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.